Hello there, every pony. Today, I don't know why, I'm getting bored, and I finally house got quiet. So I'm going to, for fun, do a fanfiction reading like other people have done. I thought, why not? It'll be fun. Yes, and this particular fanfiction already has a reading and actually an audiobook, but I don't care. I'm going to read it for fun. The fanfiction I will be reading is Fallout Equestria, the original story. By original, I mean the base story, the vanilla, if you will. It is written by Kat, K-K-A-T, if there's another way to pronounce that. Well, I don't know it. Anyway, remember, this is just for fun, so yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Fall. Introduction. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Equestria, there came an era where the ideals of friendship gave way to greed, selfishness, paranoia, and jealous reaping of dwindling space and natural resources. Lands took up arms against their neighbors. The end of the world occurred much as we had predicted. The world was plunged into an abyss of barley fire and dark magic. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as are always purely our own. Okay. The world was nearly wiped clean of life. The great A-grade cleansing, a magical spark struck by pony hooves, quickly raged out of control. Mega spells rained from the sky. Entire lands were swallowed up in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Pony kind was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of an ambient radiation that blanketed the lands. A quiet darkness fell over the world. But it is not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply a prologue to another bloody chapter in pony history. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as stables. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the waste to greet them, all except those in Stable 2. For on that fateful day when spellfire rained from the sky, the giant doors of Stable 2 swung closed and never reopened. Fallout Equestria. Okay. That sound like I was an overactor right there, but that was fun. Anyway, next up, the prologue. Again, starting a file. Okay, let's get started. Prologue of Pip Buckets. I always mess up on this word. I keep saying Pip Buckets. I don't know why. There's no T in there. Why am I saying that? Of Pip Bucks and Cutie Marks. If I'm going to tell you the story about the adventure of my life, I explain how I got to this place with these people and why I'm going to do what I'm going to do next, I should probably explain it. I should probably start by explaining a little about Pip Bugs. Sorry. Got tongue-tied. What is a pip buck? A pip buck is a device worn on the foreleg just above the hoof, issued to every pony in this stable when they become old enough to start work. A blending of unicorn pony magic and science, your pip buck keeps a constant measure of your health and even help administer healing Poultices. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Poultices. Okay, skipping that word. And other medicine. Track and organize everything in your saddle pack, son. Assist in repairs and keep all manner of notes and maps available at your hooftop. I'm British there.
Plus, it allows you to listen to the stable broadcasts whenever you like, as it can turn in and decrypt it about any radio frequency. And that's not all. A pony's pip bucket generates an EFS, eyes forward sparkle, they'll indicate the direction and help gauge whether ponies or creatures around you are hostile. And perhaps most impressively, a pip bucket can magically aid you in a fight with or brief periods of time through the use of SATs. Stable Tech Arcane Targeting Spell. Oh, and a feature not to be forgotten, it can keep track of the location of tagged objects or people, including the wearers of their pip-bucks. So if a pony somehow got lost, don't ask me how you can get lost in a stable, but it does happen on occasion, then any pony who knew about a lost pony's tag could find them instantly. Excuse me. It can even be made to glow like a lamp. So yes, pip-bucks really are a testament to unicorn pony arcane science. And yes, having a pip-buck is a big advantage. So with how wonderful and miraculous that all sounded, it's hard to impress upon ponies who've never lived in a stable just how ordinary and pedestrian pip-buck was in the eyes of the ponies living in stable too. And why I was disappointed to have one as my cutie mark. Every pony in a stable has had a pip-buck, and all the stuff I mentioned, most ponies didn't want to use half of that. They just use it to turn to the stable broadcasts, listen to the sweet, sweet voice of Velvet Remedy in the evening, or catch the latest school singing competitions during the day. The stable had 2 soccer leagues, one which allowed SATs and one which prohibited it. Otherwise, most ponies paid their pip-bucks almost no attention at all. The overmare issued each pony their own pip-buck at the day of their cutie mark party, usually a day or two after you get your cutie mark on your flank, which tells every pony what makes you special, and what you're destined to be good at. Once it shows, the overmare knows what work to assign to you. You know your place in the stable, I was not thrilled when I was made special for something that every pony had, which was a lot like being told I was not special at all. Sure, getting a pip-buck as my cutie mark could have meant I was destined to be some awesome pip-buck repair filly or something, but in reality, it was like getting cutie mark of a cutie mark. Cutie markception. Sorry. It's getting depressing. I had to liven things up. Didn't help that I was the last pony to get her cutie mark. Not surprising in retrospect. Kind of tough to find out what you're supposed to be good at when you're supposed to be good at something and you don't get until you find out what you're supposed to be good at. So I tried everything. I invent new things. As a unicorn pony myself, my innate magic allows me a level of fine manipulation that earth ponies don't enjoy. Any pony can hold a key in their teeth to open a lock, but using multiple tools for a very delicate operation, that requires precise levitation. So I decided to learn to pick locks with a bobby pin and screwdriver. And even getting pretty good at it. Unfortunately, I didn't get my cutie mark, and it got me in trouble. Even to my humiliation, I went through the cat. Okay. I went through the cat. Cutie mark aptitude test. In hopes that it would guide me, what made me special. But no, my cat was utterly average, with only marginally higher scores in a couple of areas, indicating I might be suited for work as a pip-buck technician or a stable loyalty inspector. Strange job. 2 options. I should note that that were even less impressive when you consider that was generally expected of unicorn ponies to go into either technical or administrative work. That is, except unicorn ponies who are natural artists, like Velvet Remedy. As I said before, our innate magic allows us some sort of fine manipulation that technical work demands. Likewise, the Overmare and her government were always unicorn ponies. Racist. It is like it is the unicorn, the overmare. Sorry, no. It is the overmare's unicorn magic, after all, that creates the false sunlight we use to grow our underground apple orchard. And why our apples might not look like those beautiful red things in the old books, they're what keeps us alive. It's only because they let me try my hooves at both positions I gained my access to a pip buck before receiving my own. Otherwise, I might have never got my cutie mark. Oh, my name is Little Pip. Go figure, I was given the name because as I was the youngest and the smallest, and even my mother had some good sense not to call me Pipsqueak. Not that I don't love her, but when the filly's cutie mark is a glass of hard apple cider. Anyway, funny how names like that turn out sometimes. Pleased to meet you. Here is my story. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this reading. I will be starting chapter 1 whenever I get around to it. So, yeah. Thank you all for coming.